Just before we move on to section 5, there is actually a section 4 part 2, which I haven't filmed as a tutorial, but I'll explain it here. After you've finished the squares of section 4, there is one very important round of granny stripes to make. So that's treble cluster grannies all the way round the outside of these squares. This is after you've done the outside edge of the join of section 4. You need to make another round of granny treble clusters, this time in the very dark green where the yellow line is in the photo. And at the end of that, you'll have a cluster count of 56 clusters along each side. That's really important to remember to do, because otherwise the squares of section 5, which we're just about to start, won't fit. So section 4 part 2 is a round of granny treble clusters, and that round is worked on the reverse side of the blanket. On to section 5 of the Granny Does Christmas blanket now, and this is the second last section, so we're nearly finished. This one is made up of much larger granny squares. These are 6 round granny squares, but still just very, very simple in their technique. Some of them are multicolours and others are done in 3 colours to resemble holly once more. The whole range of colours plus the order to attach them to the blanket is in the pattern, of course, and you can follow that. And this time, although you're using the simple join as you go, you can make all the squares up in advance, a nice big pile, get them in order and spear them onto your knitting needle, ready to start attaching. And as I say, it's simple join as you go, and we'll be talking about that just in a minute. Now, having seen the squares to make for this section, and the pattern will have given you all the different colourways, particularly for the large granny squares. It will also have given you the order in which to attach them. So you will have a really nice big knitting needle full of these squares, because although they're going back to the simple join as you go, which of course means that each square is joined in its entirety before the next square is joined. The next square is joined separately to the first one. It's slightly different going back to this round here where we did the small plain squares. We had to make them individually and attach them one at a time to the blanket because we were just using one colour. However, going back to this large border, these squares of course have different colours, and each one has a different colour for the outside join. As you can see, this one has the kind of steel storm blue colour, whereas the next one along has the very dark green, and then the next one along has the very dark blue. So you don't need to make the square and attach it as you go. You can make up a whole pile and then just start the attaching. And in the pattern you'll see the list of colours to make for each one, and then on the right side of that list there is the list of colours for the joining colour. So I'm not going to work stage by stage around this because, as you can see, I have already made it, but there's nothing new for you to learn. These squares are just simple granny squares. The holly one just looks like holly, but it's just exactly the same as this one. So you can go ahead and make up all of these squares. I think there are 40, I haven't counted it lately, and attach them all according to the colours in the pattern. And I'll see you back when it's time to start the very final section of the blanket, which is the outside edge border, and the complete it with a very pretty outside edge. So I'll see you then.